Golf never forgives and it rarely ever forgets. Just ask Patrick Reed. The 31-year-old golfer has long been the subject of accusations and allegations of impropriety on and off the golf course. All that is now being brought to light in Shane Ryan's new book, The Cup They Couldn't Lose. In this video, we'll find out what's up with Patrick Reed and why some call him the bad boy of golf. Let's get straight into it. First up, Patrick Reed's arrest in 2008. Sean Ryan has explained the long history of the Ryder Cup in his book. He also talks about how 2020 U.S. captain Steve Stricker managed to galvanize a team incapable of beating their counterparts so often, and also how Steve solved the perennial problem of Patrick Reed. Reed's relationship with Ryan dates back to 2015, when Ryan first wrote about his controversial college career. Reed enrolled at the University of Georgia in Athens back in 2008, but he was kicked off the golf team following 2 alcohol violations. He was also arrested for possessing a fake ID and underage drinking. Reed was given community service and put on probation. And that's not all. When items including a putter, a watch, and $400 went missing from the locker room, teammates accused Reed of stealing them because he turned up the following day with a large sack of cash. He denied the allegation, of course. Now his on-course performance was equally divisive. Reed wasn't a good guy on the course, too. During one of his qualifying rounds, he hit the ball into the rough, but when they found it, it was surprisingly closer to the fairway. His teammates were convinced he was cheating. He was challenged by his teammates but denied any wrongdoing. It was pretty much the same story when Reed attended Augusta State. This time, his teammates accused him of shaving strokes off his scorecards. They all voted to kick him off the team, but his coach stepped up as a savior and reduced the sanction to a 2-match suspension. Not to mention, Reed won 2 national titles with Augusta. Patrick Reed led Augusta to 2 national titles. He won his second title in a showdown with his old college, Georgia. Reed faced his old teammate Harris English in the final game of his collegiate career. All of the players' Augusta State teammates wished Harris luck before the game, but still, he had none. Reed won a game that one onlooker called the death of karma. University of Georgia alumnus and PGA Tour golfer Kevin Kistner believes that his former teammates hated Reed, and none of them had any time for him. Let's not forget Reed's professional career was also full of controversies. By now, y'all know that Reed was never shy of being involved in a controversy, and his professional career was also full of it. He was one of the standout players in the Ryder Cup in 2016. The U.S. won 17-11 at Hazeltine National, Minnesota Chaska, and by the time a French event took place in September of 2018 at Le Golf National near Paris, it looked like Reed was persona non grata. In that tournament, Reed earned himself the nickname Captain America. He formed a successful partnership at the Hazeltine with Jordan Spieth. Despite that, the 2018 captain broke the partnership when Jordan asked not to play with Reed. Instead, Jordan preferred a team with Justin Thomas. Let's learn more about other U.S. captains who tried accommodating Reed. Despite having an edgy career, other U.S. captains tried to accommodate Patrick Reed. Tiger Woods selected him in 2019 for the President's Cup match against an international team, captained by Ernie Els of South Africa in Melbourne, Australia. Shane Ryan in his book says it's a huge risk to take someone like Reed to a team event. It's hard to balance his incredible skill at match play with a good chance that he could become a fully malignant clubhouse cancer. We're not saying it, Shane Ryan said it. Some said that Woods made a deal with the devil by picking Reed, and they weren't wrong. Prior to the President's Cup at the Hero World Classics in the Bahamas, Patrick was spotted trying to improve the lie of his ball. He was not caught once, but twice. Reed denied it and blamed it on the angle of the TV cameras, making it look worse than it actually was. Reed was still penalized for 2 strokes. Making a deal with the devil is only useful when the devil can give you something in return. Everyone had eyes on Reed, especially Steve Stricker. The international team also weighed in. They weren't happy about Reed blaming it all on the camera angles. Cameron Smith from Australia said that he doesn't have any sympathy with those who cheat and hope that the crowd absolutely gives it to not only Reed, but to everyone next week, and they did. The crowd savagely abused Reed at every turn. Armed police were assigned with Reed to walk with him to the court. It was so bad that Kessler Coran, Reed's caddy, lashed out at one spectator. Following up, Steve Stricker left Reed out of the Ryder Cup. Even though the U.S. won the match 16-14, Stricker got a first-row experience of how Reed's mere presence had so nearly derailed the team's chance of winning. Stricker was never going to risk that at the Ryder Cup. Finally, Team U.S. was free from the trouble that followed Patrick like a puppy. The team showed class and gelled like never before. They coasted to a record win over Europe, winning 19-9. All the petty feuds were forgotten. Egos were left out at the locker room door, and any chance of disruption had been erased. For the first time in a long time, the U.S. looked like a team and not like a dozen golfers thrown together. This is what happens when American power is no longer suppressed by mismanagement, but elevated and truly unleashed by amazing captaincy. Steve Stricker finally learned which personalities are the best for the team room, and that didn't include Patrick Reed. Now moving on to other related news. To start with, Tiger Woods caddies for his son. Tiger Woods picked up the bags and put down the golf clubs as he caddied for his 13-year-old son, Charlie Woods, over the weekend in Florida. His son was competing at the Note Big Junior National Golf Championship. Tiger Woods caddied as his son carded a career-low 68 in the championship. Woods was seen with a big smile as he drove the buggy alongside his son. Charlie Woods showed glimpses of his father's brilliance on the back 9 as he shot an eagle and 2 birdies on the par 5 14th. After finishing tied for 4th, Charlie said that his dad asked him to be patient, to play steady golf and focus on each shot. He finished outside the top 3 in the boys 12-13 competition after cutting 4 over after 36 holes. The father-son duo has also played as teammates at the PNC Championship in recent years. They finished second at the tournament last year. Up next, Patrick Reed said his move to LIV Golf was to spend time with his kids kids. Many golfers don't want to admit that they switched to LIV Golf from the PGA Tour for financial reasons. As a means of avoiding the talk of players blame the workload in the PGA Tour to justify their move to an upstart league backed by Saudi financing. Patrick Reed has suffered a slip in his official world golf rankings. Reed has been announced as a participant in the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship, one of the more profitable events on the DP World Tour. Reed was ranked at the number 25 spot before dipping to 38 after announcing that he's leaving PGA Tour for LIV Golf. Reed has now dropped to the number 50th spot and has maintained this position for 3 straight weeks. Reed said he was sick of the constant grind in the PGA Tour. The Dunhill League will now have 17 LIV Golf players, including Patrick Reed, along with some PGA Tour stars. Reed shot 73 and was 8 shots behind Paul Barjon in his French Open round. Reed wasn't pleased with the organizers of the event. He thinks they've snubbed him because of his LIV Golf ties. He wasn't invited to play the Pro-Am before the tournament. He believes he was left out because of LIV Golf connections. Finally, Big Little Lies star Catherine Newton is set to make her golf debut. Catherine was a golfing prodigy in her childhood before she decided to pursue a career in acting. She was set to participate in the US Women's Open in 2012. She pulled out of the tournament after she landed a huge role in Paranormal Activity 4. However, Catherine is set to make her golfing debut this week in the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship in Scotland. She expected to be paired up with a pro golfer. The actress is well known for starring in the drama series The Society and Big Little Lies. She revealed that she ditched a career in golf in favor of finding success in acting. She'll be making her golfing debut on the home of golf, where she'll compete on 3 different links courses. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Patrick Reed? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.